Ah, there we go. Welcome. We are here this morning with Dr. Andrea Kraj,
Cry.
Kraj,
Yeah.
who has been presenting to our junior school students about solar energy. Today is our junior school STEAM festival, so welcome.
Thank you.
If you wouldn't mind, just tell us, like in 2 seconds, like about yourself and what you're talking about today.
So, my name is Dr. Andrea Kraj. I have a company called Core Renewable Energy, and we develop renewable energy projects all over, especially locally, in solar energy as well and in other technologies.
So today we were presenting to the youngest students, and I just would like to ask how you tailor very detailed science to such a young audience so that they can understand.
I remember what I felt like when I was their age and what resonated with me and how I understood really complex things. And if I were to be in their shoes, how I could explain how dark objects absorb light and light objects reflect light. I thought that they really got it when I used my jacket today to explain with the stage lights that I was hot. I really was. And when I took it off, I was cooler and I was reflecting light with my white shirt. I think that really resonated with them. So simple things like that.
What drew you into studying solar energy?
Solar energy was one of the technologies along the path of my journey in renewable energy. And when I saw how simple the technology could be and how life-changing it is for people, especially in remote locations that don't have access to electricity, it was undeniably a path that had to be explored further. Specifically, when I spent time in Nicaragua installing solar panels for a remote community that never had electricity, and seeing how life-changing it was when it turned their community center, school community center, into a fully functional building where now the adults could get an education indoors at night, all because of a light bulb.
Out of everything that you've done so far with your renewable energy company, what accomplishments are you most proud of?
Oh, wow. That's hard because I think every part of it is a piece of this puzzle, and I think what I'm most happy about right now is the ability to communicate and tell people my story and tell people about the technology and just spread the knowledge, spread the enthusiasm and the passion, because I think we really need more people in this field, and we need more people to understand the technology so that it can become something in our daily lives for everyone, and not just people outside of Winnipeg, but I mean here at the school as well.
What do you see as some of the biggest struggles that we, like the global we, are facing as a planet?
A couple things. There's a lack of education around renewable resources, particularly in my field, and there's a lack of accessibility to it and a lack of funds for it, because those who really need it sometimes don't have access to the funding to be able to deploy this technology. There's also limiting policies, energy policies that don't allow simple things like, even in Manitoba, for someone to create a power project and sell their energy to their neighbor. You're not allowed to do that. You can only sell back to the grid. And sometimes Manitoba Hydro doesn't have the ability to purchase your power for whatever reason on their end. And so we are often left with one train of thought of what is possible in energy, and yet outside the world is so broad and it's jumping ahead in ways that just like the telecom industry jumped ahead in Africa, instead of using landlines, we're seeing renewable energy, smart cities, smart grids popping up everywhere, because those that are most vulnerable are the ones that need to make the changes, such as in the islands, in the Caribbean, and in Tonga last week with the hurricanes and the typhoons. We're seeing a lot of casualties, a lot of problems, and renewables can really come together with storage and an integrated energy plan to change this and really achieve 100% renewable power.
So, as a final question, where do we start? Where does a student at Balmoral Hall start? Where does a parent start? Where does Winnipegger start?
I always say it starts with you. Same as my TED Talk I gave last year, Smart Cities Begin With You. It's the same thing. It begins with you. It begins with your interest, your enthusiasm, your passion, your willingness, your curiosity, your courage just to be able to put a solar panel on your roof and see how that changes your life. It's a little investment that can make such a difference, not only for you personally, but in the lives of those around you, because not only will it change your life, your family's life, your children's life, your neighbors, your community, and it'll spread the knowledge, and it'll just explode from there, and it just opens your doors to new possibilities. So it really starts with you.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.